165 pounds, Oklahoma hit the transfer portal. Joe Grello, the graduate student coming in from Rutgers, matched up against the two-time All-American, just a junior, Travis Wittlake, and he has been impressive early on in his career. 2-1 this season. His only loss was to defending champion Shane Griffith. He was shut out 4-0, but Wittlake, a guy that has been impressive his first 2 years in Stillwater.
Guy that John considers probably his best athlete on the team. A lot of athletic ability. And Grello, had a lot of experience at Rutgers, and, wrestled in front of some great crowds there at the Rack in New Jersey. And it's a great opportunity for him here to be part of this Bedlam match. He's underdog here pretty seriously, but just like the other matches here, you just got to go out there and scrap, see what opens up.
Grello 2-2 this season. He looked really good, and they lost to Anthony Valencia, Arizona State. He lost a tight one, 8-6. Showed some of the toughness that the Sooner coaches were hoping to see from this weight. Battled injuries the past 2 years at Rutgers. He wrestled in just 3 matches last year. Was injured in his match against Minnesota's Sam Skillings.
When you get to 165 to 74, this is where
good snap.
Yeah, it's with these guys. It's just tough to open them up like that. We're talking about there, that shows his ability there. You mentioned Rock with the snap, changing levels, getting the guy to react to it.
That was a mean snap. He took him from his feet all the way down to the mat and went right to a front headlock, tucked the head in. And once you start to get the head in, coach, you isolate that side of the body. It's hard to get out of that.
Look for Wittlake to go after. He's thinking major decision. Trying to get that 8-point advantage or more. Maybe looking for something from the feet to the back. You open up a guy like that here, get that first takedown. You can exhale a little bit. Now get after him.
He must have been in the weight room, because that's another snap down right there. And one of the things that I'm noticing too, coach, Wittlake is doing a little stutter step, kind of like RBY, just kind of moving, just to loosen up his opponent, get him to think a little more. So he has his feet moving, and with a snap down, it looks like he's ready for something big.
Yeah, a little jab right there with that left foot. Heavy collar tie, though. He's got that collar tie and elbow.
Absolutely.
Just there you go. That's his snap again. Wasn't able to follow it up. Follows it up again there. Just
one of the things that he's doing, coach, he's controlling that elbow like Oklahoma State does and snapping down.
Maybe look for him to go to a post off that now, but you can see Grello just basically pushing him away with that right arm. Right there, see if he follows it up with a post.
Like he's just stalking right now. His back is towards the center. Grello's back is to the outside. It's not looking good from the optics. Again, optics, you want to get into a fifth head.
Wittlake goes into the second period using some of the strength. A 2-1 lead.
We were talking about a snap down. Look, just on his head, keeping the weight down, just spun around right into a front headlock, tucked the head, isolated the side of the body, and gets his first takedown.
Do you notice how he's using that snap down was with the left?
Yes.
He's able to score with the collar tie on the left, where you saw later in the match he was going hard right with his collar.
Wittlake placed 4th at 165 last year, and this is quite frankly a weight class that has gotten stronger, and John Smith talked about that, trying to get Wittlake into a more intensive role as far as what he does inside the practice room each day.
That was an illegal hold because Wittlake was on top and figure forward the body. His foot went up into behind the knee of his own leg, and of course, that's an illegal hold in college wrestling. 1 point on the score for Grello.
And John Smith talking about the new intensity that he wants to see from Wittlake. By nature, he's a quiet guy. He works as hard as anybody, but he's not a real vocal, emotional wrestler for Coach Smith, and he wants to see a little bit of that. In fact, he brought in his son Joe. Those two spar each and every day, trying to train, trying to bring up his level of skill. And we asked him, have you seen that spark? Have you seen the emotion from Travis yet? And he said, not quite, but it's coming.
The guy's not used to providing that or offering that up, and it's difficult for your coach to read where you are if you're never offering any emotion. And you know, that's It's a little bit different than what he has at some of the other weight classes here with AJ. You can read that every day. But you know, the other guys on the team, like Wittlake, you're maybe a little bit more reserved. Not that he's not putting the work in, but John likes to read his guys.
Wittlake is keeping that right hand on the back of the neck and just really staying above his opponent, not ear. Ooh, nice ankle pick. He brought it down and went right down to that ankle. And now he's going to try and table it, meaning put it in on his thigh.
Yeah. Notice how he's keeping weight on his ankles, not allowing that roll through. He settles back. This is still an advantage position here for Wittlake, even though the roll through. See how he crossed those legs over with his right arm?
That's the neutral danger.
Yep. Able to collect the poise. You know what I love about that? Stayed poised. Knew his opponent was going to go after his ankles, all right, and lowered his level, kept weight on him, and just kept himself in a good position and great balance. Actually, he anticipates, watch, comes to the top of the head. That's what I like right there. It comes right to the ankle pick. As you mentioned, Rock, he shelves, right, but once he gets to his feet, he knows an ankle pick is coming. Keeps weight on that, allows him to roll through. And guys are getting better at defending that than they were 10 years ago.
Absolutely. He went for the roll, and he just started to crunch it. Put pressure right on the shoulder. Sit to that foot.
And that's where the neutral danger zone call, you know, 3 seconds past 90 degrees, he would have collected the points anyway. You know, when I first heard that rule, and you've refed here before, Rob, I wasn't convinced that that was a great rule, but it's turned out to be fantastic.
It does. It does. Because we've seen many times guys just hold on to it. But now you got to do something. You just can't hold on.
Grello into a stand-up near the edge. Wittlake will stay with them as they whirl their way out of bounds back into the center. Here in the second period, short time wrestling, under 10 seconds to go. Let's see if Grello can get out, get that point late.
Look for some sort of standing Granby or something like that. There it is, right there.
Roll to Granby attempt underneath, but again, Wittlake, just like Blue, stays with them, and he will ride him out into the third period.
You know, here we are in a 4-3 match, and it feels like Wittlake should be up by 6, looking for a major.
But this has been Grello's style throughout his career, whether it was at Rutgers or early on here in Oklahoma. Just does not back down, continues to come after you. And again, the injuries the last 2 years really slowing him down. Trying to find new life in Norman.
Whatever move you have right now, maybe even upper body for Grello, now's the time to see it. Go ahead and throw it out there.
One thing I appreciate about Wittlake is he stays in his stance. He doesn't come out. Snap down, he doesn't go out and stands up. He stays in his stance consistently, which makes it harder for his opponent to get a reshot on him.
Well, we saw it there when he was finishing the technique on the edge of the mat right there. Keeping his own balance, not really leaning into the guy too much. When he leans in, he's basically snapping.
One minute remaining.
Take a look at Grello. Does he have anything that he's going to try to force anything upper body?
He's got to try something.
Yeah.
Because right now, there's a shot.
Just anticipated really well by Wittlake.
Wittlake adds 2 more, plus he has riding time, and now he's going to cut. They'll go up 7-3. Looking possibly for a bonus point for Oklahoma State. 2 decisions so far tonight for the Cowboys.
And it's just hard to throw anybody, hard to get any big moves off of a guy when he has himself so well collected. Not putting any weight into you. There's a shot. Looks like Wittlake's pretty contentious to stay underneath there.
Final few moments, and Travis Wittlake will go to 3-1 on this young season, all the way from Coos Bay, Oregon. A long way from home, but boy, has he ever blossomed under the guidance of John Smith and these coaches in Stillwater.
Kind of just a working-like finish, working like a wet match for Wittlake. Staying in position, control. There wasn't a moment where he felt like he was out of control. He felt control the whole match and came for solid victory. But but there's always ways to build upon and get better. And I'm sure the coaching staff also going to for the point areas where he could have scored and done things a little differently.